I did want to inform the community based on the resolution. And first, I want to thank the board for the guidance and for everything that you've done to get us to this point, for holding this to a high standard. I also want to thank the staff for all the hard work that they've put into getting us to this point in this difficult time. Round of applause for our staff. I did want to let the community know that we're going to be moving from stage 2. Currently, stage 2 is parent choice, where our parents have a choice whether to send their children to school or not, with no penalty to the child or to the district. The commissioner allowed ADA to be counted for that. Out of an abundance of caution, we're going to be moving to stage 3. And in stage 3, we've made some adjustments. Originally, stage 3 included teachers and students only. So what we've done in stage 3, again, out of an abundance of caution, and not because there's a confirmed case of COVID-19 in our area, but because we know social distancing and proper behavior with regard to washing hands and covering cough and keeping your distance when you're sick and staying away from sick people, all of that coupled together with the social distancing is beneficial in a situation like this. So to the adjustment of the stage 3, we've added all staff members, with the exception of some key staff members that are going to keep the operations going, such as we have the Meals on Wheels and grab and goes, so we would still need some food service employees here, and they'd be compensated appropriately. Bus drivers, we'd need police officers still to do their routes. We'd need a help desk at HR should we have any questions there. Currently, we have teachers that are doing packets, and they're getting compensated. And we need them to continue doing that this week. So stage 3 includes students and all staff members, with the exception of key individuals, and that's going to be fluid as we move through. But when you look at that group, you're talking about over 24,000 individuals that we can put in a space where they're doing social distancing. And what I encourage the community to do is, if you're part of that 24,000, is that you follow the rules of social distancing and you stay home as much as humanly possible, and that you do everything that you can do to help this community as we move further into this situation. Now, I do want to say again is that we don't have a confirmed case of COVID-19, but it's very difficult to predict whether it's in our community or not. It's a very fluid situation that we're dealing with. But what we do know is that it can't hurt us to do that. So we're looking at March 23rd through April 3rd. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So we have the remainder of spring break, and then we have the week we get back and the week after that, from the 23rd through April 3rd. And that would be at this point. Now, when we get to April 3rd or closer to April 3rd, depending on the situation, we could extend it. We don't know. But at this point, what we do know is that all staff, with the exception of the ones that I mentioned, and you will be called by your supervisor if you fall within that category, and all students will stay home. The other thing, to the students that are watching, to the parents that are watching, this is not an extended spring break. We're expecting you to do the work that your teachers are going to be sending home via technology or packets. True character is about what you do when nobody's watching. And we want to make sure that when we give you these assignments, that you take them to heart and that you take them seriously, because we're a high-performing district, and we don't want to lose any momentum with regard to literacy or mathematics or any aspect of what we do for you. So we're asking that you follow through with what you're asked to do. And the same with parents and guardians. Hold your kids to a high standard. This is a community effort right now, and it takes all of us coming together from a social distancing standpoint and from a getting to work standpoint to ensure that we do this right. And if and when we get it done the way I believe we're going to get it done, it's going to benefit our community more than we know as we move forward. So once again, we're in stage 3. At this point, this week, we do have teachers that are being compensated for developing packets. We do have principals that are working. The community, thank you for what you did in stage 2. For those of you that opted in, for all of you that went to go and help out with packets, all the teachers that are doing that right now. But I do want to say all of that work was beneficial to stage 3. It wasn't all for naught. All of that work is now going to go toward educating all of our students. And thank you to Commissioner Mike Morath for giving us flexibility and latitude, and know that McAllen ISD is going to do our very best to execute at a world-class level in this new environment that we're in, and we feel confident that we can do that. For the next 2 weeks, the quality of education must maintain at a high level. Also, the commissioner informed us recently that the STAR testing is going to be canceled for this year. It was rather disappointing for us because we were prepared to do very well on that exam this year, but nonetheless, that's where we are. UIL also announced that all activities have been canceled along with practice. So at this point, this is about a community coming together to practice social distancing, to ensure that we do the very best that we can to put our community in a position to get through this. And I want to emphasize that we do not have a confirmed case at this point. This isn't about a confirmed case. This is about being proactive. And I'm blessed to work with a solid team. I'm blessed to work with a solid board. And we're gonna really set a standard for what we need to do in this particular environment. So to everybody that took part in this up to this point, and as we move further into the future, thank you. I'm excited about where we are, given the circumstances. But I do want to emphasize that we are in stage 3. All students and staff, with the exception of those that will be contacted, plan on staying home and executing what you need to do with social distancing for the benefit of our entire community.